for so long, I have doubted my own will, and I have kept myself from raising my own self up. I have kept myself from raising my own self up. I have doubted my own will and the steady foundation of my own self. This is the foundation of the insecurity, that you do not recognize your own self and your own freedom, because I tell you, it is absolutely there. It is ingrained in the nature of what you are as an individual. You are an individual. Your will is perfect, but we play these mental games. We play these little hiding, obscuring games. We're not willing to actually take on the responsibility of our own will. And we doubt in the sanctity of our own will. What a horrible thing, to doubt in the sanctity of your own will. Then you can do nothing. You'll be lost. You'll twitter hither and thither, back and forth in tension, moving between two opposites. You will not be able to accomplish anything until you have faith in your will. Faith in yourself. Now, many of us lack even the belief that we could have faith in ourselves. This is just another mental trick. We don't even have faith that we could have faith in ourselves. This is foolishness. This is just a blockage which you are creating. Realize the sanctity of yourself as an individual. Realize the sanctity of your soul and your will, which is the essence of yourself. We are brought into a false sense of identity. We are brought into a limited sense of identity. We are brought into the mind games, the constant comparing and judging, the constant imagining and fantasizing. From the one soul that we are, we're broken up into a million fragments. One movement there, desire here, desire there, sureness and uncertainty. We're broken into a million different little pieces. But at the top of this, at the source of this, at the center of this, the unity, the sanctity of the individuality remains. This is the soul. This is what you are. What is this I? What is this self? This self is absolutely sure, because it is singular. It abides in only the nature of itself and the nature of its own will. We are scattered into all of these different little pieces. We are pulled this way and that way by the mind. We're pulled all over the place. And so we lose ourselves into that. This is the reason for all insecurity. Because you're relying on a tenuous substance. The mind, the identity. You're relying on a substance that is always fluctuating. One day happy, one day sad, calling this good and that bad. It is always uncertain, always unsure. But behind all of this, there is the self. Hallelujah for the self. The self is what I am. It is the spark of the I, and it is the spark of the will, and it itself is absolutely infallible. It is pure, it is sure, it is harmonized and unified with itself and with the world. And this is what you are. Let the radiance of that flow through me and manifest through this vessel, the light of my life. This is the light of life, the spark of consciousness. This is life itself. You are not this or that. You are not here or there. You are not good or bad. You are the very spark of life itself. You are the very spark of being alive. You are the very spark of your will, your individuality, your essence. Oh, and hallelujah for this spark. Hallelujah for this divine self. Hallelujah for the potential of this. To be at one with oneself and at one with the world. Abiding in the sureness, in the absolute sureness and security of the self. We are not willing to get up and stand up and live in the sureness of our own selves. We rely on a million different little things for our security, for our freedom. Freedom isn't free if it depends on something. That's the very definition of freedom, that it is not dependent. Your freedom cannot be dependent upon anything. This must be your resolution. That my freedom is not dependent on anything. I am free. And I choose to take my life into my own hands. In doing this, I accept the suffering of failure. I accept the suffering of failure. Because if I do not accept this, then there will be no motion. You must even be willing to be led astray. In this newfound faith, you must even be willing to be led astray. Otherwise, you will be trapped. And this is the realization. I am free. In truth, not in belief, in truth, you are free. This is the essence of what you are as a being. This is the essence of being a being. The autonomy of consciousness.